Action.
Thank you very much indeed. That was Will. We are...
Hello, Will.
Mark Webster. Cheers, Will. Mark Ricardo in the background there, executive producing on this particular feature in which Mr. Mark Baxter, Mr. Mark Webster are bringing you Clobbered, or in this particular case, it is more the Clobber Board.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, because we are motivated today, Bax, for our conversation.
Yeah.
By the world of films.
Films.
Once again, it's going to be one of these conversations which we will delve back into time and time again, because I am almost guaranteed in thinking that everything I ever thought about in terms of dressing up was based on watching old films.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think there's plenty to choose from, isn't there?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
And as a kid, being influenced by that, I know, for example, that
Hello, by the way.
Oh, hello. We didn't, did we? Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, Norm.
There it is.
Sorry, Norm.
Yeah. So, Baxter's on brand. There's
I'm merching away here.
Look at that. The coffee cups. This is in T-shirts. You can get your Norm. You know you can do. The information will be available to you. I know as a teenager looking at the idea of going out and getting involved in the soul clubs.
Oh, definitely.
I tried to look like Robert Mitchum. He was the guy I went for. Yeah. And you could buy those American drapes in the mid-70s.
No, definitely massive influence on wardrobes of the day. I'm thinking of American Graffiti for my...
Totally.
Love that film.
Totally.
And then, again, you just... Oh, for them days, you only watched it once and you were gone. Obviously, there was no other way of watching. Couldn't pause it, you couldn't repeat it.
No.
So it was literally just studying like crazy.
We're in. But we're going to narrow it down for the purpose of this. We're going to go... We've got 6 between us.
Yes, we have.
You kick off.
I'm away first. Okay, I'm going to go with The Graduate, which is... I mean, come on. I think everything that Dustin Hoffman wears in the film has been poured over and examined and talked about.
He was the perfect physique to pull off that look, wasn't he? Because he's a small body, slightly big head, which is a kind of what actors tend to look like.
He plays a 21-year-old, bit of a stretch really, because to be fair.
He's well into his 30s, I think.
And a 21-year-old, obviously recent graduate, and he's just head to toe in the ivy, but also formally and casually.
Yes.
And there's some fantastic clobbering. It's seersucker, there's some herringbone jackets, there's quite a few polo shirts involved, chinos. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It's shot in California, isn't it? Which means that everyone you're seeing, it's sunny, and the clobber is lightweight and stylish, isn't it?
Very, very ivy.
Yes.
Head to toe, I say. And also, obviously, like the male parts in the film, excuse the phrase, also wearing that sort of look.
Yeah.
It was just, I think it was 1967, so you can imagine just bang on for that influence that he did.
And a lot of the party scenes, they're wearing what has become called, it used to be called like yacht wear and not resort wear.
Yeah, resort wear.
Which again is fundamentally stuff that almost was in a case with Americans until they went away on their vacations. Yeah, and out it would come.
But a lot of that stuff we had never seen. When you first saw the film, where that might have been, and you're thinking if you was into that sort of look or trying to attain that sort of look, it was a real black book to go through and study and try and hunt down.
Study and never get to look like Hoffman did it, because he was just the right dinky size.
I was probably bigger than him when I was about 12.
I'm going to say that you pretty much shot past him before secondary school. Right, I'm going to go to 1987, or am I? Because I'm going to go back. Decades prior to that, in fact, I will do in all my films. It transpires I've got a bit of a theme running. The Untouchables, Brian De Palma.
Superb film.
Unbelievably good film. He also did American Gigolo and The Bodyguard. But as luck would have it, I didn't even realise this, 50 years this year, Giorgio Armani sold his VW to start the Armani label.
There you go.
Him and his partner.
Is that what he did?
Yeah. I assumed I thought it was older. Yeah. But then again, no. Yeah. Mid-70s would make sense, wouldn't it?
I thought it was old Italian money as well. I wouldn't have thought we had to do that. No, I thought we'd come from that sort of world.
It was his boyfriend or partner at the time, just decided, let's go for it. And his look was synonymous. 81, you get Emporio Armani, you get Armani jeans, but
definitely
Armani was booked to do American Gigolo and The Bodyguard as well. But doing the Untouchables for me is the pièce de résistance, because what he does is the style is incredible, and not history right.
No,
because this is all about tracking Al Capone down, isn't it? As the early FBI, and they've got him by 1931.
Yeah.
So this is so this is all 20s and 30s stories, but the look is kind of you would argue it looks post-war, but do I care?
No, I can remember when it was being made, or just after it made. De Niro, who played Capone, he was very, very into the detail. I think he tried to find the tailors that Capone might have used, or certainly the cloth. Even the
we certainly know he put 20 stone on for the premise, don't we?
But even the underwear was like what he would have, where he used to buy his underwear. Him being
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, so he pulled De Niro on it. But the rest of it, great look. I mean, Andy Garcia looks great in here.
They're the three. Yeah. It's Andy Garcia, of course, who's the youngkin he's brought in. Must mention here, because he doesn't get another mention here, is the guy who's the accountant who gets killed with the pipe, who was in American Graffiti.
He was, right, I was about to say that. Whose name was?
Yeah. So the three prime movers. Andy Garcia gets to wear a beautiful pair of grey flannel slacks, but mainly that suede bomber / jean style jacket.
Very nice.
So he's the kind of new kid on the block. He's a little bit offbeat.
Yeah.
Costner has got. He's buttoned down 3-piece suit. That suit went up for auction November 2023. Don't know what it fetched in the end, but $10,000 to $20,000 was the asking price. You open it like that, it says Kevin Costner inside, written from the wardrobe department.
Wow.
But beautifully draped suit.
Yeah.
And then Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean Connery.
Who splits the difference because he's casual. He's Baker Boy cap. He's got knitted waistcoats. He's got a very casual tweed jacket over the top. He's a retired police officer.
I remember on the top button done up on the shirt. I don't know, that was always a bit of a thing. No tie, just the top button done up.
Exactly.
That was very noticeable.
So he's off duty, he's relaxing, but he's still exceptionally formal. And the reason the clothes are just gorgeous. They always were. But it's much like what happened for me when I was a kid in the 70s in Burton's shop window on Bank Street in Ashford, was when they had their Great Gatsby collection from the Robert Redford film, which is, oh my God, patterned shirts, baggy linen suits. I remember coming through Kensington, and the Armani shop had the Untouchables collection in the window. And I think I always warmed to Armani, like soft shoulders, long straight jackets.
Very soft tailoring,
And I was never buying it. It was never going to go anywhere on my body.
No,
but it made me even more envious of the fact that what you had there, because you've got the Stetsons and the Trilbys sitting on top of the models in the window. So that's my first film. Second up.
My second one is The Samouraï, which is a French film.
Oh, hello.
Jean-Pierre Melville.
Do know.
Do you know it? I know. Listen, I love a bit of Italian.
Obviously, the Seven Samurai, obviously, the Baghdad Seven, is a different story.
It's a different thing. It's basically Alain Delon plays a hitman called Jeff, only one F, being French. And he is very, very monosyllabic in it. Doesn't say a lot. But he wears some lovely clobber.
Well, Alain Delon obviously is just one of the film's great clothes horses anyway, isn't he?
Looking that good, you can't really go wrong. But, especially in the sort of, when was it, 1967? He's bang on. He's cock on. And he's got a bit of a Umpty Go-Kart type of film. That's Humpty Go-Kart, by the way. People call him Umpty Go-Kart around my way. He's got a sort of trench mac, the fedora type look. So he's got the collar up. He's riffing that a little bit, but he plays a hitman. But he's very muted colours, greys, your blues, blacks.
So is it period, or is it?
It's set in the 60s.
Okay, 60s, but so he's dressing. So he's a bit of a throwback look in the film.
He's almost like a timeless look. He could wear it now, really.
Wow.
And it was styled by the director who wrote it and directed it. He styled it as well. This guy is worth checking out. This Jean-Pierre Melville, really interesting geezer. And,
I like the control freakiness of that.
Absolutely. You can see that no one was going to get a line go, no ad-libbing involved here. Again, it's very atmospheric. A lot of gangster stuff going on in his background. And not a lot spoken. You're just watching it thinking, what's this next? What's he doing now? I love all that stuff. He's very enigmatic, and he bit of button-down shirt going on. So nice clobber in it, as I said, and also that mid to late 60s, a lot of the decor, the club scenes, very smart.
Great fit. Great
shirt. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
Iconic man in there. I've got a couple of iconic bodies going on mine, which is my personal obsession, guys and dolls.
Not on your own now.
No, it's exactly
not on your own now.
I mean, I was a reader of the books by Damon Runyon, and I know the story. 1955 is the film comes out. It's a story about pre-war again. It's 20s and 30s Broadway, New York hustlers. So the film's an elevation of that. It's a musical, obviously, which means it's going to get bright and breezy. Irene Sharaf is the woman who designed the entire thing. She was born in Boston, studied in NYC. So she kind of brings formality and austerity and smartness and old school from Boston, and then jumps out enormous.
Yeah.
She did West Side Story.
Well,
which
another great film.
American in Paris she did.
Oh,
she did Porgy and Bess. So she's dressed Sammy Davis Jr. as Sporting Life. So she's got all that going on. And of course, this is the big thing for me, is that film absolutely enraptured me in terms of the Frank Loesser music I adore. But
wonderful.
Brando and Sinatra, Brando's in his pomp. So publicity shots, he's wearing that sky blue suit because his name's Sky Master suit. But he wears a dark blue suit with a dark shirt and a white tie during the course, mainly during the course of the film. It's beautifully cut. It's cut 50s. It's not cut 20s, 30s.
No.
Sinatra is brilliantly clothed in it because he's the bloke who's running the oldest established permanent floating crap game in New York. So he's the businessman. He's wearing pinstripes and a Homburg.
He can wear a hat. He could wear a hat.
So he's pushing the Homburg back on his head, in exasperation and load. And of course, one of the great scenes is, of course, he's wearing a polka dot tie, which is covered up by Marlon Brando to lose a bet. Sinatra don't know what colour tie he's wearing. And mention the dispatches to Stubby K, who is Nicely Johnson in this.
Just about got the jacket on.
How's it going with you? Nicely. That's right. And it's a great jacket. And he gets to sing "Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat." And he says, "The devil will bring you under by the sharp lapels of your checkered coat." And that's what he's wearing. He's got the sports jacket on.
Wonderful.
So just every single thing about it.
Never start watching it. If it comes on any
if it's on,
he's watching.
It's staying on.
He's been watched. Yeah. Superb.
Yours.
Right. Going back to picking up on the Hustler theme, The Sting. 1973. Yes. I'm going to hesitate to say it's probably my dad's favourite film, so I've been brought up with watching it quite a lot. Redford, Newman,
Robert Shaw as the sucker.
As Lonergan, which is a great name, and Redford is pulls a stroke. Turns out to be Robert Shaw's money. He doesn't know that. He's then on offer, but with the money he earns, he buys a plum-coloured pinstripe suit, which he parades around looking really sharp in.
Can I say, Bax, at this particular stage, where everything we talked about in terms of retrospective clothes for an era, the least likely to be the Robert Redford, it's absolutely cut the 70s, isn't it? That
stuff. But it's set in 1936. I know. I'll take your point.
But it looks. But that's the genius of that of the clothes in that film. They look completely contemporary and old.
The costume design was Edith Head, who did. I mean, she's. I think she won 7 Oscars for costume design over the years.
That'll do you.
We're talking Vertigo, Butcher's Sundance, and To Catch a Thief. This one was the Don.
So she's dressed Redford and Newman already in Butcher's Sundance.
Was that before? It was before. Well, yes. So that's 73. Yes. So yeah, and of course then Newman is. I don't think anyone's wore a white vest, including Marlon.
True.
He got braces over the top of the vest and an Homburg and a flag.
He's in the fairground, isn't he?
Yeah, and the bit in the film I absolutely love.
He's got overalls on over the top of it.
Yeah, because he's undercover, keeping out of the way. But the bit I love in the film, nothing to do with clothes, is that he gets a big, huge lump of ice and puts it in a sink and breaks it up and then puts some water in it and he puts his face in it. And it turns out, I was always intrigued by that, he did that every day of his entire life to keep his old chops nice
because he quite liked a bottle of bud, didn't he?
He did, and to keep his face nice and taut, he would freeze the face in this.
Hey, kids.
Listen, there's not enough ice in the world to get my face like that, but it was literally, and he put it in the film, and I love that. Yeah. I love that detail.
Unfortunately, if you tried it, global warming would be pushed on even further down its horrible route.
Going on to the film, Robert Shaw looks fantastic. They then dress up to play another gig on him, and all the gang that they assemble, there's some fantastic clobber in there.
It is,
and also some evening wear, and they look they look the nuts in that.
It is fantastic, and it is. But no,
it's a wonderful film, and it's very clever film.
It is, and
of course the music
and Scott Joplin. Scott Joplin's rag.
You cannot really go wrong with that film.
No, it's.
In fact, I'm going to watch it when I get home.
It's bizarrely so the 70s, and yet still gives you a sense of the occasion.
In fact, I forgot it was 73 because it's so into it.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, it's 40 years out of date, but it's a wonderful piece of work.
I'm going to do a film. I'm going to 1968, and I'm going to go to a Carol Reed film. Carol Reed's the director who made The Third Man, which meant that he lit Orson Welles for the 25 minutes he was prepared to turn up, and stole an entire
It's a great film.
It's a beautiful thing. But 1968, Oliver, exclamation mark.
Open door over here.
Thank you kindly.
Open door.
Lionel Bart, obviously.
King.
Created and built at Stratford East as a stage musical. Will it translate into a feature film? Oh, I think you'll find it did fine.
That's a classic.
Best film Oscar, best director Oscar, picture, the whole lot.
The whole 9 yards.
Phyllis Dalton in charge of wardrobe. Phyllis Dalton, born in 1925. What a life. Dr. Zhivago, so she's done all them big coats in a film that I could never really sit down and watch because it's so long,
half of that
long and sad.
Starting
but the clothes are nice. Princess Bride, one of the funniest, greatest, stupidest films ever been made. And Kenny Branagh rung up and said, Kenny, Phyllis Darling, you must costume Henry V for me for the big screen. He does talk. No, he's got many accents, hasn't he, Ken Branagh?
There's one or two accents.
He's Luton, Ireland, and RSC.
RSC, yeah. Stage, sir.
Yeah, exactly. So it's got a lot.
Stage love.
But of course, I'm focusing. It's two people, and in homage.
Yeah.
It's two acts really.
Yeah.
Bill Sykes and the Artful Dodger.
Yeah.
Now, Bill Sykes, Oliver Reed,
nephew of the director.
Which fits. I don't know if it's how he got the job.
Yeah, never value anyone.
You'll notice how these two names clash. But quite frankly, even if he did get a phone call, because
he was perfect for it.
He was so, and he also looked. He looked 1968 again and Dickensian
at the same time.
Long hair,
the chops,
the look.
Oh, brilliant.
He had fantastic working corduroy coat.
Oh.
He had all these little knots on his scarves. He was a horrible mess, and his hat was bashed up. Like he looks like he'd been in it's going to be an horse and cart crash, isn't it? But meanwhile, Jack Wilde, discovered by the way, comes from born and bred Hounslow boy, which is where I now live. Discovered by Phil Collins' mum, whilst playing football. And a tragic life in the end.
Sad, that one,
but stuff happened. But
what's sad?
But my God, what a performance! He was 16 at the time.
Unbelievable.
But what I love about the way he's set up in that is his hat is much more norm-like. What in fact Jack Wilde is in it? Jack Wilde has been dressed, which is the genius of this. Jack Wilde's dressed like a toff, but everything's knackered.
Yeah, everything's done. Yeah.
So he's got a posh little frock coat on. It's bashed up. He's got his collar. He's got a bit of a bow tie going on. It's filthy. He's got these nice stripy pantaloons on. They're all frayed at the bottom.
Yeah.
But his top hat is still somewhat immaculate.
Askew.
Always just at the right angle.
Yeah.
The pair of them, just those two guys. It's everything about that film is beautiful. The set, the lighting, obviously the score. Lionel Bart was a smart man in himself. I'm sure he was delighted with the clothes that were in it and all.
I've been laughed at for many years. I've claimed that to be the best hangover cure of all time. That film, because it's normally on television, or I certainly put it on television on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. Had a couple of sherbets. New Year's Day.
It owns Christmas.
You're not feeling too well.
Yeah.
Put that film on. I guarantee you, within 20 minutes, you're singing one or two of the first songs and you forget about the hangover.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's the best hangover cure because it's so infectious. everything's perfect. I don't think there's no bad bit in that film.
It, like Guys and Dolls for me, is a film that surpasses being a musical, by which I mean I don't like watching a load of musicals.
I'm not a musical person. That's just funny you say. I'm not a musical person, so that that is so part of the film, the music. It's almost, you don't worry about that.
And you're looking at sets now that you're seeing in, say, 1,000 Blows, and you're seeing, it's just the whole, it's visceral.
Remarkably clever film.
And the look of those things. Okay, I think that's us. I think that's our films.
Yes.
Which means we can go bitch de noir.
Yeah. In on Delon fashion.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this one's a bit of shout out to my goddaughter, Bunny, who I had lunch with on Sunday, and she's 14, and she has Stone Island on, which was a bit of a shock to me because they're from Oxford, so quite nice part of Oxford.
Okay, so are you being ageist and regionalist at the same time? Yeah,
I'm having a good go at that, yeah. And I said to her, well, I didn't realise it'd be round again. And she said, no, she's 14, and no, a lot of her friends are wearing that, but Ralph and Carhartt and Stussy. That was quite nice to hear. I thought someone's influenced you really well.
Isn't it weird? You're hearing words you know and love out of a 14-year-old's mouth.
I had this conversation saying I didn't think the kids of today, look at me, Grandad, had a look going on. And she then said, no, we're very particular what we wear, what we listen to. Basically, it's the TikTok generation I know very little about. And I said to her, give me a couple of tips on some labels that I should know about that you're wearing or aspiring to wear or, your friends are wearing. And she told me about a company called Track Mafia.
Okay.
Which I've struggled a week to try and find a lot about. It's not meant for you, Grandad. It's not meant for
No, exactly.
It's not meant for the old ones. I mean, even the website is password protected. You can't get on there unless they know you.
Is this like reverse under 18 thing to access stuff?
The only way I could find anything on it was TikTok. And then there's a succession of young people giving it all the shapes and the moves, wearing this, which is basically sweatshirts, sweatpants with big logos in very interesting places.
Yeah.
But the accessories were old school Levi's, old school Adidas, pardon me, and Burberry scarves. And loads of Burberry. So they're still referencing this retro thing, which is the stuff.
So brand spanking new, traditional twist.
I'm a bit of a spotter for these labels, and I've never seen Track Mafia anywhere. I'll be the first to admit that. But what they're accessorising with is stuff we know very well. So they're mixing it up, and they're mixing it up really well. And the soundtrack is all, Stormzy and what's his name, Kendrick Lamar.
Cool.
And our man the other week, whose name's escaped me,
Tyler Creator,
and they're all over all that. So thank you, Bunny, for the heads up.
Nice big loose fit.
Massive. It's a proper out there look and out and proud.
Great news is to Track Mafia is neither of us will be buying Track Mafia.
I'm having a go.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
I've sent my password.
In that case, can I say sorry, Track Mafia? And we will try to not get photographs of him wearing your clothes. In 1853 in San Francisco, Levi Strauss began his work. In 1889 in Kansas, Lee started their trade. Lee, sometimes the forgotten son of the denim world, apart from the Lee Ryder jacket. Yeah, the Lee Ryder jacket is a super thing. Currently out there is a Lee 101 collection.
Right.
Which is a new take. And I haven't heard of Lee for ages, other than perhaps just pressing on, doing what they would normally do.
Yeah.
Particularly excited to see, which I love, soft hickory or candy stripe material, which is kind of not necessarily particularly denim, but that kind of overall thing of 150 years ago.
Yeah.
But this is the one I want to show you because I'm quite excited about what they call the chore coat.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Chore is obviously a word which means work in some languages, and in our world, he's nicking it.
Has another connotation.
That's the.
I probably would have chored that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I've chored the chore coat, which makes sense. And the reason I picked on that one there is it's a lovely. It's a lovely drop of lightweight denim, but I love
the collar.
It's a baseball shirt yoke.
Yeah, I like it.
And if you like a baseball. Every now and then, someone will do something smart with a baseball yoke collar.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, you could buy a baseball shirt with a baseball yoke collar, but sometimes there's shirts in it. Yeah, you can get T-shirts in it. This jacket has got the baseball yoke collar, and I think it sits down well.
Yeah.
And I think this Lee 101 collection, is a really smart way of getting Lee back into the denim conversation.
Yeah.
That works really well.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're done.
Well, that's us. Apart from to say, obviously, please do subscribe. As we always say, it is for nothing else.
Really appreciate that.
And you do that.
Yes.
I'll do that. So this guy, Norm, this logo, Clobbered, is available to you as well to buy at home in terms of badges and bags and shirts and whatnot. Please feel free to join in. We are Clobbered. He's Mark, I'm Mark, and that's us. Cut! Yes!